you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
All right, let's continue with your calls right now ahead of Kurt Haskell, the lawyer who survived the underwear bomber. He's been following the trial. We've got new anthrax news proving it's an inside job from those attacks 10 years ago that were going on right at this time. Let's go ahead and go to Emmanuel in Texas. You're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Alex. I have some friends in Occupy Wall Street. They are trying to talk about a new invention called Bitcoin, and it has the potential to end the globalist regime on money. And they're trying to end it before it get any bigger. They're hacking all our exchanges. They're tearing everything up. And I just want to get the word there. Have you heard about Bitcoin? Have you researched it yet?
Yes, I've done some research on it. There's a lot of these digital currencies. But then isn't it, at the end of the day, cashed out in dollars?
We try to avoid that, but yes, it's cash out in exchanges. That's what's making the price go down. But really what separates it apart from other private currencies, it's completely decentralized. It's like if you took the internet and turned it to money. The globalists can't touch this thing because it's directly in the hands of the people. So this is a big innovation, and it really can change the world if you look into it. But
hey, I'm totally into alternative currencies and an awakening to that. That's why they raided the Liberty Dollar, was because it was exposing it. We've got a bunch of states moving in that direction. The globalists want to hold us hostage with the currencies they're debasing as a form of economic warfare.
Definitely, but what separates this one from the other currencies is basically mimics gold in terms of scarcity. It takes scarcity of what we had in gold and silver and perfectly puts it on the internet in a safe cryptographic form. Like nobody can break this cryptography. Not yet, at least, until we get some quantum computing in. But
very interesting. You know, I should get an expert on about it and do a piece. Thanks for the call. Let's go ahead now and take another call. Let's talk to Lauren in Texas. Lauren, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. Hey, brother.
Welcome.
Man, I'm excited. I've been trying to get on the show for a while. But anyway, it's really exciting seeing everything that's going on right now. I woke up on September 11th, 2001. Just graduated high school. I'd stayed up all that night before, and I was watching ABC when the news broke. And I immediately started recording on my VCR. And I filled up, several VHS tapes full of, live news. I was like, this is important. Well, I fell asleep around lunchtime, and I woke up just in time to watch Building 6 fall. So I saw all three buildings, from the first moment to the end. And
you mean Building 7?
Building 7, I'm sorry. Yeah, Building 7 at 6 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 o'clock, whatever. But I immediately knew that there was something wrong with it because I knew that was controlled demolition, and, I just didn't really have anything to go on, and I was new to all this. Well, I'd kind of, wondered about it. I said, this looks like it was brought down by explosives. I mean, how would the terrorists get in the building to plant the explosives? Well, I talked about it for a while, and a friend of mine said, hey, man, you need to check this stuff out. If you're into all this, check this guy out. So the first video I saw of yours was Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. And it was like the tearing of the veil. I mean, putting on the sunglasses or taking the red pill. Once you know the truth, you can never go back. So I've been living, this way for, going on 10 years now, 9 years at least. And, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a very passionate person, very creative. I love my friends. I love my family. I love life. And if I was 24, 22 years old, I would be at the Dallas Fed right now. I didn't have anything to go on. I'm just like, I'm going vicariously through the kids out there. So I guess what I'm calling about is a message of solidarity. That we all need to stick in this together. It's not left, right. It's
exactly. The system wants us to infight with each other, but we do have to educate these young people. We'll be right back, but I love the analogy you use there. Red pill, veil, sunglasses.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Steve Shank here with a special alert from eFoods Direct. The stock market continues to crash and recrash daily. Since July, the market has dropped 15% with no signs of recovery. What does that mean to you? When stocks crash, jobs are lost, and you can't buy the food that's already too expensive and continues to raise in cost. eFoods just got notice that wholesale costs on pasta, rice, and beans will immediately jump 20%. The already high cost of sugar is tripling. If you invest in the stock market for security or save money in the bank, you continue to see the dollar drop in value while your weekly food bills increase. So what are you going to do? Get as much food now as you can. With these problems you're facing, eFoods Direct has no choice but to extend the free shipping another week to October 9th. Free shipping buys more food with shipping dollars. Call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Call 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go to Tony, Jordan, John, Cameron, Steve, everybody that's holding, I promise, and more. The toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231. Now, for one segment, we're joined by Kurt Haskell, who is the lawyer with his wife, who was also a lawyer that survived the underwear bombing attack almost 2 years ago on Christmas Day, and then witnessed the feds basically getting him on the aircraft before anybody talked about this. And then later in congressional testimony, the Undersecretary of State admitted that it was true. And, boy, you could have heard a pin drop whenever that came up, that unnamed agency told them to help get him the visa and get him on the aircraft, basically. Now, since then, Haskell at the time didn't know if it was an inside job. Now he's saying clearly it was. He's talked to the lawyers involved, the standby lawyers and others, and they think this is entrapment and a setup, and the guy's clearly being threatened or out of his mind. All of that's been covered. I want to get Kurt Haskell on now to give us the latest, because now the trial's going. It's being used as propaganda for the groping of our children and the microwave oven machines at the airports. I want to get his take on that and then ask Kurt Haskell a question I don't think he's been asked in context. Going to, if somebody's committed crimes before, then that goes in an investigation towards their credibility or lack of it. The federal government's been caught lying over and over again, staging all sorts of criminal operations, and now we know, it's admitted, not just letting guns be shipped to Mexico, not just doing that, but actually shipping them to Mexico to Sinaloa, major cartel, and then allowing drugs to be shipped back in. That's in the El Paso Times, Chicago Tribune. It's in the federal filings, but it's not getting national TV attention. The Attorney General has been caught perjuring himself. This is the same Justice Department up to their eyeballs in the underwear bombing situation, where it's come out in congressional testimony, the feds helped this guy. Now, Anwar al-Awlaki, they say, was his handler. The guy meeting secretly at the Pentagon, the guy running the Fort Hood shooter, the Times Square bomber, the shoe bomber. He's just a cutout they use. We pointed this out, so now they've, quote, killed him, if you believe that. That's the 5th time they say they've killed him. They never retract the last time they kill him. There is no credibility. So I want to ask Kurt Haskell out of the gates here. Sir, what is, before we get into the latest developments, as a lawyer watching this, what is it like to see the same Justice Department that's clearly covering up in this kangaroo trial right now? I know you have some key stuff that the jury was asked and jury selection coming up. How does, in your mindset, Fast and Furious play into this, or have you added that into your equation?
I don't think it's going to have any effect on the trial. I'd really be surprised if it comes up at all. In my mind, I see some parallels there. You have, a plot here by, I don't know that much about Fast and Furious. I know some that the government was providing weapons to Mexican drug.
Yeah, it's basically Iran-Contra, and they're just claiming it's a gun sting. It wasn't just letting the guns be sold. It's delivering them. Certain cartels can bring the drugs in. My point is it just goes to what criminals this Justice Department is.
Yeah, it would appear that way, and there's some contrast, between the two cases, doing some illegal acts with the thought that it will restrict constitutional rights of Americans. It appears that way to me anyway. The underwear bombing, restricting rights at the airports in regards to the Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizures, and the gun runner case trying to restrict rights to possess weapons. So,
well, see, there you are, cutting right to the chase and simplifying it. In the underwear bombing, it was used for a police state rollout, and confirmed in the Fast and Furious, it was used to call for a rebanning of semi-automatic rifles and a bunch more harassment of gun purchasers. There you go. Same modus operandi of a false flag. Fast and Furious, a false flag. Underwear bomber, a false flag. Kurt, I'm giving you the floor for the next 8 minutes before we go to break. Tell us the incredible things you're witnessing in this trial.
Right. Well, I went to court last week, October the 4th. Jury selection began that day, and I wanted to go watch, to see how things went, because I've seen all these hearings I go to, the press doesn't accurately report what I see. The ones I go to, I come home and I read the reports on what happened at the hearing, and what comes out are things that are totally different than what I'm seeing in court. So I figured out the only way for me to really find out what's going on is go down there and watch. So I went down there last Tuesday. I watched for 4 hours, and for your listeners that don't know, jury selection involves first, you bring one juror in at a time. First, the judge gets to ask them whatever questions they want, then the prosecution, and then the defense. And the goal is to try and get non-biased jurors that don't have a strong opinion on the case or know that much about it. So that's the goal. And what I was witnessing was a lot of the questions from Judge Edmonds or Anthony Chambers, that's Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab, standby attorney,